wanted to share a story real quick. Oh, am I live? Hi guys. Just wanted to share a story real quick. This is a story I heard long time ago. Not a long time ago. When I was a little like a teenager, I guess. It's about over. This is over 20 years ago, right? And it was told to me by my older cousin who came from Korea. And I Googled it, and I can't find anything on Google, so I'm not sure how true this story is, but this is a story that my cousin told me when he came from Korea, and I was like probably 15 when I heard it, but it always stuck with me, okay? So there's this ramen stand, a famous ramen stand, this guy was cooking ramen noodles in front of a Korean university, right? And he said every single day there was a line of students, trying to get this ramen noodles every day, and from this one ramen stand. And so the line got bigger and bigger and bigger every single day. It started to become like a famous thing. It started to become like a landmark. People talked about it. People came from all over just to stand in line and try to get a bowl of ramen before the guy closed up and left for the day, whether there's a line or not. And so it became famous. And then I guess investors heard about it, and they tried to make a lot of money by opening up a shop right there, where they can not have a line out, because they were saying like to have a line like that, that's money that we could be making. So your video is just loading. First, finally, okay. So Steel Texas Gal, what's up? How are you? Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's see all the chat. Okay, Crystal Crawford says your video is just loading. For Steel Texas Gal says first, finally caught your video stream. Yeah, okay. So hopefully you like this story. So this ramen stand, this old man that was running this ramen noodle stand just had a line out the door every day. Finally, investors got in on it, and they tried to open up a really, really nice ramen restaurant right there where his stand used to be, just on the corner there. And that way there's plenty of seats. Nobody had to stand in line, plenty of ramen noodles for everyone. And they went out of business. The lesson was, the line was what made the business, And as soon as there was no more line, everybody could have the ramen noodles wherever you wanted. It wasn't special anymore, and no one really went. And they had this expensive shop now. They put a lot of money into it. They went out of business. They went bankrupt. And so the moral of the story is, any story with food is good. Just Steel Texas Gal, awesome. Yeah, I love food. So food stories really stick with me. This is a story I heard over 20 years ago, and I still remember it. But the point is, bigger is not always better. And I'm not saying that people who have multiple locations, that they got big. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that sometimes when you started small and you have this line out the door, and just like I have a line of people waiting on a waiting list. I'm not trying to brag. I even tell people, I actually tell people as more of a realistic thing, like don't expect a call back, because we have like over 10 dogs on a waiting list right now. Anyways, if I were to start a brick and mortar shop, a location, where now people can come, I have a full staff, logo, fancy logo, all this stuff. I feel like maybe the specialness. I'm gonna turn my engine back on because no, actually that'll ruin the audio. But anyways, I think some of the specialness would be lost if I did that, because just like that ramen stand, maybe the line the line of people waiting is what makes it special, And also, here's what I was thinking. Elliot Eisner says that not everything that can be measured matters, and not everything that matters can be measured. And I think that what that means is like the little things that nobody really realizes made the ramen noodle special. Because what if it was because this old man, with cooking, timing is everything, right? Timing and the intensity of the heat and everything. So maybe because he left the noodles in cooking just a little bit longer than he should have, maybe it gave it that little bit extra, something. Or maybe because he's moving slower, the ingredients, he left one ingredient a little bit longer to, kind of get that flavor in the soup, longer. Who knows what it was. But maybe the way he was doing it was what really made it taste special. And so when people went to the brick and mortar shop, the actual restaurant, when they ordered the ramen noodles, maybe it was a little different. Maybe it did taste a little more generic, and maybe it just lost that specialness. So I really think that sometimes and right now I'm in a really good place. I'm in a place where I can actually afford to pay my bills on time. And people aren't like calling me like crazy. So, that's a good thing. I'm in a good place, and I'm able to put some money aside for the future and things like that. So I don't really feel like if I feel like sometimes it's that the two twin killers. I forget who said this, but the two twin killers of success: greed. Oh, what was the other one? Impatience. Greed and impatience are the two twin killers of success. So if I got greedy or impatient, and now that I have, booked out a full schedule for the rest of the year, I can't take any more clients. Now that I'm in this position, if I, like try to get some investors or, try to get a loan and start a shop and just go big and all this stuff, maybe that's not what counts, like a four-leaf clover. No matter how small it is, as long as it has that extra leaf, even if there was another huge three-leaf clover towering above it, look how big I am. Aren't you impressed? Like, no, you would push that one aside and say, hey, let me get this tiny little four-leaf clover here, because it's special. So I just hope that kind of helps anybody who might be struggling with, what do I do now? What's my next step? Life. Denzel, I'll end it with this. Denzel Washington, one of my favorite quotes. Denzel Washington says, "You'll never see a U-Haul following a hearse." I mean, that's so good. I'm going to say it again. You'll never see a U-Haul following a hearse. You can't take anything with you, so why are we working so hard to try to get more, more, more? Just enjoy what we have, right? This moment, right now. And I got to actually go enjoy some time with my kids right now. Crystal Crosser, that's awesome. I'm starting my own mobile grooming in a small town near Alabama, New Mexico. I put behind a big. I don't know why it does that. I put behind the big mindedness and have quality over quantity. Exactly. Instead of trying to serve the masses, let's try to do a really good job and make the biggest impact that we can on the few, right? Let's see. Steel Texas Gal. Yep, I agree. No brick and mortar. Keep overhead low. That's another practical reason. I don't have big expenses, so I don't have to have a lot of stress and pressure to, anyways. So I'll end with that. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Thank you so much. Steel Texas Gal. Oh my goodness. I'm actually using a lot of the recommendations and the advice and the feedback you've given me. Man, I can't really do as many videos as I'd like. First of all, I don't want to come across as annoying or like a know-it-all, And also, we've just been really busy. So anyways, I'm going to go hang out with my kids and my wife, and I hope everybody has a great weekend.